Now I can admit I'm not the biggest D12 fan. I've never listened to a project of theirs. The only music I used to listen to was videos they had out, or if either one of them was featured on an Eminem song. So this is basically the Devil's Night, play off their album from what I heard in an interview, and you can just say it's Devil's Night 2 or whatever. Off top though, the lyricalness in this mixtape definitely is on point. I give them all credit to that. Every one of these niggas can spit in their own way. They very particular on the topics they talked about throughout here. Of course, bizarre the way he rap, but he's saying some dope ass shit. You know what I mean? He remind me of a chubby Little Wayne in a sense, just with a funnier, pitch or whatever. But definitely this shit was dope. Um, it kind of like was too lyrical in a sense to listen to on a day like Halloween. Well, I guess it ain't Halloween no more, but I was kind of not bored listening to it because of the lyricalness. I definitely feel some of the production should have been better. I will admit that some of the production with some of these songs is like, yeah, they spitting bars, but it ain't get me amped up. You know what I mean? Like, I bullshit you not. If I would have smoked a blunt, y'all wouldn't have got this review, because it's like I can listen to lyrical shit, but when you high and shit or you drinking, you definitely gotta have that production that just give you that boost to be like, ooh, you know what I mean? I didn't get that, so I listen to this shit sober as fuck, and so I got a clear understanding of it. But anyway, Eminem opened up the album or mixtape with a phenomenal, I'm gonna call freestyle, just bars, metaphors, the witty shit that he do. That was great. That definitely set the bar high, and they delivered. You know what I mean? Going into the second track, the set off, featuring King Gordy, all of the bars was insane. The production was on point. Each verse, each artist that spit was dope. And I'm like, okay, they starting it off well. Goes into track 3 yet again. Another great record. Production, the sample, the hook, the lyrics. Bizarre had the best verse to me. It stood out the most. And I was like, wow, these niggas is crazy. You know what I mean? Going into the fourth track, I'm like, okay, these niggas is not going to be able to keep this consistency going, but I was wrong. The hook was weak. I would. Each verse was real. They talk about some real shit. I could take it for the point of they saying from a fan, talking to a fan base, critics, niggas, rappers in general, but still, Legend is definitely a good song featuring King Gordy. Going into Evil World, they went crazy. They was talking that shit, talking that talk, and I definitely appreciate that. I mean, the world sometimes can be an evil, fucked up place. I think we all say that at least once a day. But I definitely fuck with that record. So I'm like, damn, they 5 for 5. Going into Street Ill, this track impressed me the most. The wordplay was just so dope. I was like, damn, like you pit. Why are these niggas not mentioned with the D12s and Horseshoe Gang and any other of these legendary groups? Because these niggas actually can rap. And I was like, wow, Street Ill proved that shit. You know what I mean? So I can't say that I'm a full-fledged fan. I can appreciate the lyrical content. Going into Raw as It Gets featuring Lazarus, Bizarre was a fool for that verse, bro. Like, that nigga, he the one that kept me, like, really, like, into the whole project, because he a fool. I should listen to his mixtape. He put out that, I forget the name of it, but this nigga, Bizarre, was a fool. Moving on to track 8, Lit, featuring Crooked Eye. Crooked Eye, to me, had the best verse. You know what I mean? It was short but sweet. It wasn't lackluster, and it just straight to the point. So I definitely feel he had the best verse on that song. Going into track 9, I didn't like it. Track 10, 100 or 100, featuring Kid Cudi and Young Buck. It was great to see the G Unit / Shady reunion again. Everybody played their part. Everybody did what they did. It was their own take on keeping it 100. And I definitely feel it was a good track. Track 11 and 12, I couldn't get with it. I mean, Blackout, the production was just too slow. And the first verse came from Bizarre, but the shit he was saying, I was like, damn, like, I couldn't get with it. I'm sorry. I didn't, couldn't do it. It just, he's saying some good shit, but then some bad shit on top of some other shit. And I'm like, all right, that's definitely a page out of the Eminem notebook. So I didn't like that song. Run, it still started off, it was like 36 seconds and the record still didn't start. Couldn't fuck with it, you know what I mean? Going into track 13, I'm Killing It featuring Royce 5'9". I played that shit twice, my nigga. My God. That's exactly what I said after I heard this whole song. My God. Royce, best verse by far. You know what I mean? Going into track 14, Build With You, featuring T3 of Slum Village. Nope, couldn't do it. I couldn't fuck with it. And the last track, Stay High, a drug anthem basically, graphic lyrics, their take on substances and things of that nature. And I was like, wow, that's kind of crazy. But overall, this shit was a good listen. 11 of the 15 records I enjoyed. I gave it a 7.5 out of 10. Not bad for me listening to their product for the first time. Production was, 7 out of 10 at least. But I did give it a chance. So shout out to all the subscribers that wanted me to check this shit out. Hopefully y'all can give me insight on anything that I did miss in the verses, but it's been a slow night, a very horrible day, you know what I mean? I may do a video about that, but let me know what y'all thought, and I'm gone.